Jurassic World coaster details, a holiday tour, and more. You are listening to episode 431 of the Unofficial Universal Orlando podcast. Hey everyone, welcome to the show. This is our last news show of 2020. Mm-hmm. This horrendous year is coming to an end, finally.
And the next horrendous year is starting. Woo!
So, of course, I am not doing this by myself. I have Tracy.
Hello. Can I just say it with me, Lee? Say it with me, Lee. Velocicoaster.
No, I'm not saying it. I told you I'm not saying it.
Velocicoaster. Velocicoaster. Yeah.
Jeff's your biggest fan now. Chris isn't here. He dropped out at the last minute, unfortunately. He's got a work
a better
thing.
offer.
He will be back next week, but he's not here. So it kind of cocked up what I was going to do at the beginning, because it would have been the three of us and we've been missing. But yeah, we've got a bit of an announcement as far as how many people we have here tonight.
Mm-hmm.
So Tracy.
Yes.
Would you like to let everyone know what's going on?
I have no idea what's going on,
well,
to be quite honest. Well, there's three of us tonight. And to be honest, I'm just kind of like winging it here because it's just been like...
Yeah, but no one knows who the third person is at this point.
Wow. It's a very special someone. Someone who is paying me a lot of money to come onto the show. She doesn't know yet, but, you know, and it's she.
So yeah, that's it. You've already given that away, haven't you?
Yeah.
You need to point out that this is someone who's joining us permanently.
Yes, it is. This is, a permanent position. She's well-travelled. Bit of a Harry Potter fan. Has a friend who's a Disney fan.
I mean, we all have those. We can't hold that against her.
I'll stop dragging it out. Yeah, join me in welcoming our new host, the lovely Michelle. Hello, Michelle.
Hello, Michelle.
Hello. Yay, I'm so excited.
So we. Another girl.
It's kind of screwed things up because Chris being here, the whole conversation was about, I think I've said it on the show before, I didn't like now Darren's left and Darren hasn't been with us for a while. I didn't like that balance of the two Brits and the one American, and it felt off for me. So, I was waiting, obviously, because we assumed Darren was going to be coming back at some point, and unfortunately he isn't.
No.
So it's not a replacement, it's just
a new
somebody else
opening
coming in.
Was filled.
It is. There needed to be a little bit more estrogen on the show, I think.
Probably. I'm probably more masculine than the fellas.
I was going to say, I think I have enough estrogen for everyone.
Well, yeah.
Oh, no.
You haven't cried in a couple of hours, have you?
So welcome to the team.
Yes.
And the gloves are now off because you think I was hard on you when you were just our sponsor. I am a lot more demanding.
You've never been hard on me, Lee.
I am a lot more demanding when you are a host. As you already know, but we will get to that later.
It's all right, Michelle. Just say to him what you normally say to him.
No, that's what you normally say to me.
I'll just sick Tracy on you when I need to.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Warm up my hands for a good slap.
Michelle is now part of the team moving forward, and so let's get on with it. And the first thing we're going to do is listen to Little Things. I feel like it's been a long time since I've hosted a show because I feel like I have no idea what I'm doing right now.
Yeah, it sounds that way.
Time to pass it over to Seth for the very last Little Things of the year.
Hi, this is Seth Kabursky from the Unofficial Guides, and I am here with the very last look for 2020 at all the little things that are new around the Universal Orlando Resort. This has been a crazy year at the Universal Orlando Resort, and I am happy to be ending it with a long list of things that have reopened at Universal instead of having closed. Thanksgiving holiday crowds have returned to Universal Orlando in a big way. I got to spend some time in the parks during the holiday week, and they were certainly packed with waits of 2 hours or more for most of the major rides.
Ugh.
And along with the returning crowds, we've seen the reopening of several attractions, shops, and restaurants that had closed earlier in the year. Most importantly, Fast and Furious Supercharged reopened to guests on November 21st.
Yes.
And should be open on busy days through the end of this year. On the day that I visited, it was seeing 2-hour waits with all virtual line passes for the day already claimed by early afternoon.
Wow.
Restaurants that have reopened around the parks include Universal's Classic Monsters Cafe in Universal Studios, Florida, which had been a team member break room. Schwab's Pharmacy in Hollywood, which was serving Dole Whips again after having been closed. Comic Strip Cafe in Islands of Adventure's Toon Lagoon, another location that had been being used as a team member break room. And both Hop On Pop Ice Cream and Circus McGurkus in Seuss Landing. Circus McGurkus is serving as a VIP hot cocoa bar on select nights for the exclusive holiday tour. But during the daytime, if it's open, pop your head in and check out the Grinchy Christmas decor. The new locker complex for Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey is not yet open, but it looks like construction on the side that is visible from Jurassic Park is nearly complete, with lots of foliage and bamboo having been planted around the structure. It's definitely a big improvement over the former appearance. Here are a few notes if you're going to be visiting the parks during the peak holiday times in December.
Don't.
On this past weekend, both Islands of Adventure and Universal Studios Florida closed due to maximum capacity. Be prepared for that to happen again over the Christmas holidays. In addition, the Cinematic Celebration show has also been reaching capacity at least 15 minutes before the performances on the night when it's held. So if you want to get a good view from the socially distanced viewing area in Central Park, you're going to need to show up at least 20 to 30 minutes early. And the pedestrian walkway between Islands of Adventure and Universal Studios Florida, which is opened on peak days only, was most recently converted to be one-way only. So you can only go from Seuss Landing to the Despicable Me area and cannot go back in the other direction. A couple final side notes. Universal recently sent out a survey to annual pass holders asking about how they took advantage of Annual Pass Holder Appreciation Month.
We didn't.
So perhaps some of the UOAP benefits might change in the coming year based on those responses. And last but not least, looking forward to 2021, construction walls have come down around portions of Jurassic World Velocicoaster directly across from the Raptor encounter, giving guests a great view of the launch, which has recently been testing for the upcoming attraction. That's going to finish off our look at the little things around Universal Orlando for 2020. I'm Seth Kabursky, and you'll be able to find me for the rest of this year and all of next year at theunofficialguides.com and at the UG Series on Twitter and Instagram. Until next year, I hope you and your family have a happy and healthy holidays, and I'll see you in 2021 around Universal Orlando.
It feels weird, like wishing people happy holidays already, and it's not even December when we're recording this.
Almost.
Yeah, one day away.
True. When it comes out, yeah, it will be
3
tomorrow.
3 hours and 45 minutes away.
In this country. Apparently the Forbidden Journey lockers will be opening this Friday. They were supposed to open tomorrow. Apparently they've been delayed till Friday. I don't know why that's a big deal, the lockers at the end of the day, but...
Yeah, the crowds were crazy last week. I mean, I'll get more into that later, but yeah.
Yes, I know. I know. We've talked. The one-way thing makes more sense.
Yep.
For the entrance. The weird walkway between the two.
Mm-hmm.
Why does that make sense?
Because if you're trying to keep people socially distanced, surely one way makes more sense.
I guess, but what about all the people that want to go from studios to islands? They're just, so why was islands to Universal Studios more important than the other way? I usually go the opposite. I start in studios, so that's why I was like,
Oh,
that's islands open earlier though?
No, I think it's usually a studio.
No, they both open early right now.
Okay.
That is an interesting survey I feel we need to do with our listeners, is which park, if you are park hopping, which park do you usually start in and which one do you finish in?
I think islands is prettier at night, so I usually start in studios.
But studios usually stays open longer than islands.
Not right now, they're not. They're both staying open about the same hours. I mean, that walkway is big enough. It's big enough to to be able to go two ways. There are other walkways in the parks that are way narrower than that.
I don't
Interesting.
know. Yeah, we've seen, as you mentioned, the walls coming down around the Jurassic World coaster, and the paddocks look awesome. It looks.
They do.
I am so excited for this thing.
It looks so you've asked me before about that top hat because you give me such a hard time about Rip Ride Rocket. But it doesn't look as scary in person as it does in pictures.
Oh.
I don't know why, but in person, it just doesn't look as high.
I think when you're at the top of it might be a different story.
Well, I think the difference for me, though, is that you get up there quickly. With Rip Ride, it's that slow climb, tick, 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 all the way to the top.
Yeah, but
this one, you get up there, and then you get right back down.
Over the top of it's
Are you being stupid?
Over the top of it's quite... What? I don't care. Over the top of it's quite slow. She won't go on it.
I won't go on Velocicoaster?
No.
She will.
If you can do that, then you can do Rip Ride Rocket.
I'm telling you, it's the climb, though. It's that slow climb. I'm not afraid of the height aspect of it. I'm afraid of that slow, excruciating climb.
That's the best bit. Michelle, do you do Doctor Doom?
No. I used to do those drop rides like that, but I don't like them anymore.
No, sensible.
Reconsidering the decision of adding
I'm
someone to the
overruling.
team.
You can't anywhere. You're outnumbered now, mate. Too late.
I need Chris. Chris, I need you, man.
No. Chris has been told as well.
I have good science behind my way of thinking here. So with coasters, if it can sense if there's not enough velocity to get you over that hill, and it won't shoot you up there if it knows that it won't get you up there, right? So there's never going to be an instance where I'm halfway up the Velocicoaster hill and it just stops me at the top. That won't happen there. On Rip Ride, it always, if it gets stuck right there at the tip top, because there's no velocity trying to get you up there. There's no sensors going off saying, oh, we don't have enough velocity to get you up the hill. It's literally a pulley. I don't know exactly what type of technology they use to get you up there, but regardless, it malfunctions there. This coaster won't even try to get me up there if there's not enough velocity to get me over.
But that's not true.
How is that not true?
Because many coasters that have top hats like that, it is a coaster boy's dream to get a rollback. And it happens quite often at, what's the one at Cedar Point? Top Thrill Dragster, and apparently it's a coaster's boy dream to get on a course like that and not make it to the top and get that rollback, which would be pretty
I would be
awesome,
okay with a rollback. I would not be okay with a stop at the top.
It's not going to happen. It can't happen.
It happens on Rip Ride. You get up almost to the tip top, and it stops right there in that awful position, and that scares the living daylights out of me.
Right, I'd
be okay with rolling backwards.
I know we have people who listen who've worked on those attractions. Someone get in touch with me and tell me how many times Rip Ride Rockets got stuck at the top, and how many rides that thing must go through in a day. It's like a time you would never get in an aeroplane if you go, they often crash.
I know statistically the chances are very slim. However, with my own two eyes, I've seen it stop up there twice. Like while I've been in the park.
I've never seen
That's way too many. That's way too many times for me.
Yeah. I agree.
And it would be just my luck that I would be on there when that happens. And I literally would have a heart attack and just die. Like they would have to take my cold body out of that restraint and just toss me in the ocean or something, because I would be dead by the time they get to me.
I was going to say, why would it be cold?
Well, because it's going to take hours. So, I'm sure rigor mortis is going to set in.
Yeah, I don't want to ride it with you if you're going to die at the top of it. This has gone on a way off tangent, by the way.
If you're already dead, just drag you out and just drop you. It doesn't matter.
That's true.
So you'll still be warm.
Oh, you're so kind, Tracy. So kind.
Oh, you're getting to learn what Tracy's really like now.
I'm also very sleep deprived, so I'm a bit more evil than normal.
If I ever do get on it, I'm not sitting next to Tracy.
No, I wouldn't. Speaking of said Jurassic World coaster, by the way, because I'm still not
Velocicoaster.
saying it, and you two are going out of your way to say the V word as much as you possibly can, I have noticed.
The V word.
Universal released 2 travel agents, so I'm assuming, Michelle, that you have seen this. It's an awesome poster for social media, and I shared it on ours, and it actually went pretty viral. I was quite surprised because no one had seen it. And it just give a few more details. Some we'd never really been told before, so I wanted to kind of go through it because I thought it was quite interesting. The post on our Instagram, Facebook and stuff. So it's like with the different details, and it has Florida's fastest launch coaster. 2 intense launches, 1 0 to 50 in 3 seconds, and 1 from 40 to 70 in 2.4 seconds.
Nice.
Oh my God.
Wow.
How does that compare to Hagrid's? Do you know?
Hagrid isn't that quick as far as I'm aware. I think Cheetah Hunt is the fastest launch in Florida, I want to say, but I couldn't tell you what the launch is. I think
it's probably 0 to 70 as fast as a cheetah runs.
Yeah, but in what? No, it won't be. I need to have a look now. If it's the fastest one in Florida, it can't be.
Okay.
So Hagrid's, just from a quick look, it says the train launches from 37 miles per hour to 44 miles per hour in 1.7 seconds. So no, that's nowhere near
7
as
miles
fast.
an hour in like 1 second.
Yeah.
So Cheetah Hunt is 30. Not to 1. No, hang on. Not to 30 in 1.8 seconds. Not to 60 in 2.4 seconds. Not to 40 in 2.1 seconds. It's pretty fast anyway. I love a launch.
So it's a very pretty poster.
It is. It's awesome.
I would like to see that framed. In fact, they should
that would be so.
They should do like A5 size.
They should. That
for
would be
all
awesome.
of the rides.
Oh, that would be
like because they're like the real like vintage looking.
Andrew, if you're listening, which I know you will be, it's a good idea. That I like it.
Yeah, I'm quite good at that. Thanks. So this face-to-face entered the Velociraptor paddock, which I hear is near the Velocicoaster,
if you say so,
and get real close to the natural-born hunters.
So we getting animatronics, do we think, in the queue?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we saw flying dinosaurs at some point, but those weren't actual animatronics, were they?
Flying dinosaurs?
You know, the ones they brought in with the cranes or
right,
whatever.
they weren't literally flying dinosaurs.
You just threw me there when you went, and they weren't actually animatronics. I was like, wait, what?
I was like,
the
what?
real flying dinosaurs?
No.
What? As I say, sleep deprived.
You know, the ones they had shrink wrapped so that they wouldn't know that they were dinosaurs. But
well, they were shrink wrapped so they looked
dinosaur shape.
Yeah, exactly. Like, what are they? I hope we get animatronics. I'd actually, if there was space for it, it'd be interesting to see if they could get the Velociraptor, like from the Raptor encounter in there. That would be pretty cool, and kind of do
wandering along the
that
pathways.
would be awesome. Or do it kind of like American Werewolf in London or the Alien puppets at Horror Nights. Just like have a head with, so kind of like a scare actor thing in Skull Island in there. That would be cool.
Oh yeah, and the lines, that would be awesome.
That'd be awesome. Michelle, your favourite section?
Oh, yes, including an inverted stall, upside down, weightless, and screaming. That would be me, screaming.
I'd like to be weightless.
So, 4 inversions. What's a screaming inversion? Everyone that Michelle's on.
I don't know, but that inverted stall does not sound enjoyable.
And to me, an inverted stall is like, for anyone who knows Mumbo Jumbo at Flamingo Land.
Yeah.
So it basically hangs you upside down and goes quite slow for a little bit. And if that's the case, they are awesome.
Yeah.
An upside down inversion. Aren't all inversions upside down?
I would have thought so. Unless it is like Rip Ride Rocket, it isn't actually.
But that's not an inversion. That's a non-inverting loop.
Yeah.
What's a screaming inversion?
Exactly. I have no idea. You can Google it as much as you want. I have. Nobody knows.
Huh.
I wonder if it's some sort of sound effect as the coaster goes over the rails.
The one where they just let the lap restraint off a click. So as you go around it, it just opens a click.
Oh my God.
And you scream.
Oh God.
That would be
Woo,
awesome.
my belly just started hurting just thinking about that. I don't know if I could do that.
Yeah, maybe have second thoughts. We also have 2 coaster experiences in one, apparently. Whatever that means.
This one confuses me.
It starts as a twisting, turning, high-speed ride through the rocky Velociraptor paddock near Velocicoaster.
No, not near.
I mean, you know what I mean. But then it roars out over the lagoon where riders pull some serious G-forces. So I'm assuming it's like, it starts off like Cheetah Hunt, it's the chase.
Like a dark ridey type thing.
And then you go into your traditional coaster style.
Yeah.
So like indoor, outdoor. Is that what they mean by 2 coaster
maybe, yeah.
experiences?
Sounds like it. I know, because the raptor, I'm assuming it says the Rocky Raptor paddock is the bit we've seen with the raptors, the flying dinosaurs, Michelle, as you put it, in that track, which isn't outdoor. It's kind of like a rocky ravine where it goes through because that head chopper section where it goes through the rockwork looks amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And then out in a full-on coaster, I guess. So it's like a high-speed, low coaster, and then out into the lagoon where you get the proper coaster experience.
Yeah. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, that sounds cool. 155 feet up and 80 degrees down. Soar 155 feet above the lagoon before plunging 80 degrees. The steepest coaster drop at Universal Orlando.
80 degrees is pretty steep, actually.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
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 Uh-huh.
I wonder what... Michelle, have you been to SeaWorld recently?
No. And last time I was there, I had a 4-year-old with me and didn't ride any coasters. So
I wonder what the first drop on Mako is, Tracy.
Bloody high.
No, I want
And
the
bloody steep.
yeah, the steepness of it, because that is holy
The
crap.
steepness of it.
steepness.
Yes,
Let me see if
it
I can
is.
find it.
Have you done Shikra at Busch Gardens, Michelle?
No. I haven't been to either. I haven't been to that one since I was a child either.
Oh my god.
Shikra would be easier, I feel, than Mako. I love Mako. I love Shikra.
I'm gonna have to bleep this, but Shikra is the only ride I think in the history of rides where I've got to the top of that first lift hill and gone, holy.
Yeah. I think if you asked Darren, I turned to him and went, I've made a mistake.
Yes. Darren must have got that from both of us then, because
Yeah.
it was like, holy crap.
Well, do you not remember you? Because you went on after me, and we came off. He came off, and he was laughing because you said the same thing as I did.
Yeah. I can't find what the degree is. It's higher, but I don't know what
I just see the height.
But yes, 80 degrees is
Steep.
very, especially from 155 feet up. Oh, I can't wait.
And with those restraints, that's what gets me the most.
Oh, see,
is the
that's
type of restraint it is. Eey.
I don't think I've ever been.
G-force will hold you in place.
I don't think I've ever been on a coaster that goes upside down with only a lap bar.
No.
Oh my god.
No.
Smiler. What's
obviously-
Smiler got? Smiler over the shoulder.
Yeah, you're well strapped in with Smiler.
Yeah, I can't think I've ever been on a coaster that doesn't have over the shoulder restraints.
All I can think is that the G's it will be pulling at those points are enough to
It's going to be awesome.
hold you in place.
It's going to be awesome.
Mm-hmm. Do not
my God.
eat anything before riding.
I will not be riding. So unlike last time, this will not be my first ride of the holiday. Or actually, my second ride of the holiday, and it won't be. It won't follow a ride on Forbidden Journey. But it looks awesome. I know I'm still not saying the name. But yeah, go and check out that little poster. It's cool.
I'll give you 50p if you say it.
No, 50 pence.
Yeah. You're a
For
tight
those in
northerner.
America, it's about 30 cents. No, it's probably more. It's about 60 cents.
You're a tight northerner.
Anyway,
60 pence.
no, you're the tight northerner if you're only offering me 60 pence.
Yeah, but you're the one that gives me money, so it's your fault.
Anyway, Michelle, I must admit, I considered sending you on this when you were there as your sort of first host job. But I was a tight northerner, apparently, and I didn't want to pay for it.
You said it.
But Universal this year, because of COVID, obviously not doing the parades and stuff, we've seen that they've got the holiday balloon experience and all the other things they've put in place to offset that. But they're also offering a a holiday tour. So on select nights, it said guests can take their festivities to the next level with a guided tour filled with exclusive experiences, including meeting the Grinch, a private showing of the Magic of Christmas at Hogwarts Castle, which is awesome, and special access to the tribute store and some other stuff. And it starts at $49.99 per person plus tax. So let's go through in a bit more detail for what you actually get for that money.
You get priority access to Universal's holiday experience featuring Macy's balloons. You can get up close with larger-than-life parade balloons and stunning floats inspired by everything from iconic holiday staples to characters from popular animated films and enjoy a special appearance by Santa Claus.
I suppose we might as well talk about this while we're... Michelle, did you get to do this when you were there last week?
The balloon experience? Yes, I did.
And how was it?
It was neat. It was not as cool as the parade, in my opinion. There weren't, of course, like they didn't have all of the balloons that you would normally see or all of the floats. There were only a couple of characters out when I was there, but they were very animated and it was not crowded in there at all. So we could spend plenty of time, which was nice, and take pictures. But the pictures that we did take didn't come out very well.
Yeah, I've heard it's quite dark in there.
It's very dark. I mean, the balloons and the floats are well lit, but that's kind of like a backlight, so the overhead light is not good. And meeting Santa was, of course, really cool, but it was a little quick experience, but it was better than nothing for sure.
That's it. I think with it's better than not having the parade at all, and actually getting to, for all the lighting wasn't that good, you still got to sort of take some pictures in your own time rather than having to snatch them as they run past you.
Yeah, it's a compromise.
I like the idea behind it.
I do.
It's kind of that unmasking the horror tour for the holidays, really, isn't it?
Yeah, and it was kind of cool seeing the balloons so up close. Yeah, because then you really, really understand how huge they are.
Yeah.
But again, it was quick. It probably took us less than 10 minutes total, and that included talking to Santa.
Yeah. But that's good. I suppose you don't want it to be too in depth, because then people are going to linger a lot, aren't they? And then people aren't going to get to do it, or it's going to end up getting crowded. So it's a difficult thing with that. But it seems like they've policed it quite well, that people want to see it, but it's not massive waits or anything. So
yeah, it was a good creative COVID solution.
Yeah,
for sure. Instead of just flat out saying no, we're not doing anything at all. So kudos to them.
Which they could have quite easily done.
Right. Which a lot of other places have done that.
Yep.
Just kind of decorated and left it at that. But so it was good. I liked it.
Good.
Embark on a tour of the first ever holiday tribute store featuring 4 incredibly themed rooms, including one inspired by the Grinch, stocked with a variety of new merchandise.
So I'm assuming you went in there as well?
Okay, I guess we're just doing this.
We might as well. It makes sense.
Now I actually liked this more than I did the balloon experience. It was huge. The 4 different rooms. I mean, it felt almost like I was walking through a Halloween Horror Nights house, kind of with the different separations and things like that. It was pretty cool the way that they did it. So they did like just a general kind of holiday room that was very, very beautiful. Krista walked in and with those child eyes and just wow, and so that was kind of cool. And they had a Harry Potter room, which of course I loved. The whole Grinch room was awesome, and Krista wanted to buy everything for Tracy.
Oh, I love that. I want to buy everything for me too.
And then the snack area. So it was very cool. I could have easily lingered in there forever, even though I didn't buy anything except the snacks. But it was just there. I really felt like I was in a winter wonderland. It was so well themed and decorated.
It's not a surprise they did it this year, because say with them doing the Mardi Gras one and then Horror Nights, it was a no-brainer to do a holidays one as well.
Right. And there was a person at the front kind of counting people as they came in and left and stuff. There was not a line, luckily, at the time that I got there. But that experience, it's very crowded in those stores, like very small walkways. So then I'm thinking, but they closed the huge walkway between the 2 parks. Doesn't quite make sense to me, but whatever. So the food area was, it was kind of set up a little confusing, I guess.
Really?
Like you didn't quite know where to order or pay or whatever. So I don't know. It was a little bit confusing, but all the options looked gorgeous. And we wanted them all, obviously, but it was like 10 o'clock in the morning.
And?
What sort of excuse is
yeah.
that?
Well, I'll tell you. Want me to tell you what I had?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, okay, we tried for breakfast. This was our breakfast of champions. We did the cookie dough Christmas tree, which was like a cone, an ice cream cone filled with cookie dough. And then the outside of it was topped with like I think we chose the chocolate one. So like a chocolate hardened frosting with sprinkles on the outside. Oh my God, it was so sweet. Like even Krista couldn't eat very much of it.
What are kids made of these days?
I don't know, but it was very sweet. And that one wasn't my favorite because the cone felt kind of not stale because I guess it was stale. I guess because of how they had to prep it and store it. I don't know.
Stale or just soft? Because Tracy, you have this thing, don't you, when people complain about the pretzels in the pretzel rods in the voodoo donuts and stuff, and people saying they're stale. They're not necessarily stale. They've just gone a bit soft because they've been out. There's a difference between stale and soft.
So by stale, I mean, I guess in this instance, it would be kind of soft and chewy.
Yeah.
Mm.
It lost its crunch.
Right.
Yeah. So that didn't go over too great. But the chocolate peppermint mousse ornament, oh my God. That was amazing. So it just looked like this big round shiny Christmas ornament, right? But you cut into it and it's got this peppermint chocolate mousse in the middle. It was so good. I ate almost all of that for breakfast. It was so good. That one wasn't like so sweet that you couldn't eat it. You know, the chocolate was kind of still a little bit semi-sweet.
Yeah.
And just a little tiny hint of peppermint in it so that it wasn't overwhelming. Tracy, I know you don't like chocolate, but it was so good.
I don't mind chocolate and mint together. A
Yeah.
little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, you're a minty chocolate person, aren't you? Definitely.
And this wasn't like an overwhelming chocolate, like
That's good.
super sweet chocolate Hershey bar or something like that. It was so good.
Hershey's isn't chocolate. Go on, I'll say it for you.
Swear to God, the basic ingredient of that stuff's bile.
It makes me laugh
Literally.
about American chocolate because they put so much crap in everything else to make it sweet, and then your chocolate's just so. There you go.
Well, I'm not a Hershey's fan either.
No.
I'm a Godiva person.
It's like the chocolate frog.
Godiva's good, actually.
So the chocolate frogs. And,
It's what we call cheap chocolate.
And the Transformers that I got, that big chocolate, I think it was a big Autobot symbol from there. And it's like, so the cheap advent calendars that we get over here, it's nasty chocolate. And that's what it's like.
Yeah.
There's just no sugar in it.
It tastes like wax.
Yeah,
almost.
it's brown wax. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's bizarre.
Yeah. No, this was super good. Each one of these was like $6 or so. It was awesome. So try that.
Just the two of them.
If nothing else, try that.
Cool.
Super good. So yeah, that was the tribute store was a welcome addition. When I saw it go up, the facade and stuff, I was like, oh God, here we go again with another tribute store. What are they going to do? It's usually the same merchandise that you can get in every other store, but it was well done. It really was. I liked being
amazing.
in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, what was that like when we watched the walkthrough the first time?
I'm going to have to take out a bank loan if we get over for the holidays next year.
It's like, you'd get me in there and you'd never get me out.
So I could
You
spend
better start
hours.
saving now, Tracy, because it's like the Grinch threw up there. It's everywhere.
It's just gorgeous. I want to be there. Speaking of the Grinch, there is a meet and greet with the Grinch at Circus McGurkus Cafe Stupendous in Zeus Landing. You can encounter the mean green one himself. He's not that mean, but he's very green. And enjoy a delicious hot cocoa bar. If that's your thing. It's not mine, but...
No, I'll give Vincent a plug. Vincent Vision, we watched the latest episode of this and he did this tour. And the interaction with the Grinch was awesome.
That was so funny.
I actually kind of
So
like
funny.
this socially distant meet and greet thing that's going on at the moment, because I think they ham it up even more, a lot of the characters, because they're making up for not being able to like hug and mess around and stuff.
Yeah. It's personal.
Yeah.
It's just you there because they can't have a big crowd of people coming up, and it's cool. We didn't get to do this.
No.
But it looked really cool.
Because they got...
I went in the store, so it's attached to a store. Like half of it is still a store, and the other half is the photo experience. So I was able to see the whole setup when it wasn't actually going on. But
no, this is in Circus McGurkus. That's the one where it normally is. Isn't that all the books you can hear, read, see, whatever it is?
All the books you can hear. Wow.
Anyway.
So wait, so the one that is with this tour is not the same one that the others can do?
No, I don't think
it's
so.
not.
Yeah, this is in Circus McGurkus. The daily one is different.
It's right next door then?
Yes.
Okay. Did not realize that.
It's good that they still find a way to do meet and greets.
Yeah.
Because even though I'm not a kid, I still like to do them.
Depends who they are and what they are.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. All right. And then they get to cap off the evening in the wizarding world of Harry Potter, Hogsmeade at Islands of Adventure, with an exclusive showing of the magic of Christmas at Hogwarts Castle, a stunning projection of holiday spirit and Christmas moments inspired by the beloved Harry Potter stories. And guests will also receive a special themed gift during the tour to commemorate their experience.
If I'm remembering rightly, it was a Hogwarts spinner ornament, which was worth $20 itself.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I was going to say, hopefully that's not COVID. But yeah.
Yeah, because Vincent showed his, didn't it? It was I think it was like $18.95.
Yeah. It was really nice, actually.
So I honestly think this is worth the money.
Yeah.
Because you get an ornament, you get Hogsmeade to see when they're not doing the projection show this year. So to get to see that is kind of worth the money.
Yeah.
Yeah. It really was. It's a good price.
It is. I don't think it's bad at all.
No. I would consider it for next year if it's still there, but it won't be.
Yeah, the magic of Christmas at Hogwarts Castle, that show is really, really beautiful. I've seen it in the past, but of course with a huge crowd.
Yes.
So it's not quite the same as getting to spread out and have your own space and see it privately like that.
Well, we haven't seen any of the projection shows yet, so bleh.
No,
whose fault's that? Well, it's just as much yours because it's down on the last day we were there and we were supposed to meet Kieran and Pippa and completely forgot all about it. And they were like, where are you? Oh, balls. We're in NBC Sports Grill and Brew having a drink. Oh, well.
Don't blame me.
It happened that first night too, but was that when you were still sitting down sick or had you already left by then?
I think we left by then.
Yeah, I watched it with Jillian actually.
Yeah. So if this tour is something you fancy doing, it's available select nights now through until January the 3rd, 2021, and can be booked by calling 1-866 346 9350. That's between 9 a.m. and 7 p.m. Or you can visit universalorlando.com/holiday tour or email vipexperience@universalorlando.com. Prices starts at $59.99 plus tax, and a separate theme park admission with a 2-park 1-day park-to-park ticket is required. Annual pass holders receive a special discount on the tour with prices starting at $49.99 plus tax per ticket per pass holder. And pass holders can book and take advantage of their discount through the VIP call centre and in park at the UOAP lounge. And be sure to contact Mouse and Muggle too.
Yes. Speaking of which, let's take a quick break to hear from our sponsors. And we'll be back.
You'll be green with envy if you miss out on meeting the main man himself this holiday season. No, not Santa, but the Grinch, of course. Join all the Who's in Whoville for some mischievous fun at Universal Orlando Resort. There will be no shortage of fun and fantasy as you take in the lights and sounds of the holidays that surround you at every turn during this magical time of year. Running from mid-November to the end of the year, Grinchmas celebrations are included with your daytime park admission, or add a little extra flair to your vacation by booking breakfast with the Grinch for a minimal extra charge. Be sure to let the experts at Mouse and Muggle Travel Company take care of all your travel needs. Earning the distinction of being an earmarked agency specializing in Disney destinations, as well as becoming one of the first to be named a U Preferred agency with Universal Parks and Resorts vacations. Mouse and Muggle Travel Company will ensure you receive top-rate customized service. Just visit mouseandmuggle.com to fill out a non-obligation quote request, or send your request to info@mouseandmuggle.com. Their team can take care of you no matter where in the world you go. With a flick of their wand and a little bit of pixie dust, the process will be so seamless. Some might even say it's simply magical.
Welcome back, everyone. We are here talking about Universal as usual. And being that this is the last show, sort of this type of show of the year, we have some Producers Club birthdays to get to. So buckle in. Tracy.
Holy crap.
Just get them all out and we'll wish you all a big happy birthday at the end of it.
Yes. This list is far too long for me to do all the individual happy birthdays. In your head, the big happy birthday at the end is just for you. Okay.
Yes.
Now, what a great surprise there is. A few belated birthdays.
3.
It's a few.
Jeff's like, ha! See, told you.
And do you know why this is? Because he won't say Velocicoaster.
No, it isn't. It's because I got my dates mixed up from when we were recording this episode. And I had them down on this one when they should have been on the last one.
Yeah, they should have done. So, my second husband, the one and only Dr. Evil, on the 24th of November, it was Chris Azel's birthday. So I'm very sorry we missed it. And on the 26th of November, it was Richard Baker's birthday. And on the 28th of November was Chris Thompson's birthday. So happy belated birthday, guys.
Happy belated birthday.
Happy birthday.
Feliz cumpleaños. Chris isn't here, but I'll give you it.
Yeah. It doesn't feel right not doing it properly, but we'll be here for a week.
Oh, we will.
Okay, right.
Whew, here we go.
Hopefully, he doesn't miss anybody out.
Shall I go and check? Oh, no, I can see there's people in there that wouldn't be in there if that was the case, so it's fine. Go.
Yeah, that makes sense.
We'll
have belated ones in January, I'm sure.
We won't.
So, starting on December the 3rd, we have Robert Stoker. The following day on the 4th, we have Michael Mangione.
Oh, sorry, Michael.
I'm sorry, Michael. I'm rubbish.
Yeah, I've met the fella.
Doesn't mean I can pronounce his name. I know who he is. Shut up. And we have birthday triplets on the 5th of December.
Wow.
Daniel Johnson, Courtney Crump, and Daishihad Badalas. I'm sorry if I have messed that up. Please let me know how to say it. Then we have a little break. Just let all that cake digest. And on the 8th of December, it is Ramiz Alos' birthday. Brian Gabutza follows on the 9th and has a birthday twin in Rob Steer. And then on the 11th of December, oh my God, it's Ian Kaufman's birthday, right? I'll be warming up the abuse for that day. And then the 15th of December, it's Joe Smithwick's birthday. I love Joe.
Happy
Gentle
birthday,
giant. Stephanie Grant is on the 19th of December. Alicia Stella and Maddie Ulette are on the 21st of December. More twinsies. So you've missed somebody out.
And then it's mine, and then it's yours.
Oh, well, he got that wrong. And then it's mine, and then it's yours, is what you've just said. No,
first it's yours, and then it's mine.
Yeah, wow. Wow. That's how many birthdays together, do you?
Too many.
Okay.
We're not producers. Well, I suppose technically we are.
So what are the dates of yours?
22nd and 23rd.
It's the last one apparently I'm celebrating with Lee. So, on the 28th of December is Grace Wiley's birthday. And then the New Year's Eve baby, 31st of December, is Maureen Deal's birthday. So happy birthday, everybody.
Happy birthday.
Christmas babies all around.
Feliz cumpleaños. Woo. Wow.
Feliz Navidad.
Feliz Navidad.
Senil Chocabida.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Wow.
apparently it's my birthday too, and Lee's. So yeah, whatever.
They're
Happy
all
birthday,
birthdays this
knobhead.
year. I'm not interested. It's not Kieran's birthday. Anyway, moving on.
Rude.
He's the one that calls me all the time.
Yeah, I'm calling you rude
Why am I rude?
because you're breathing.
Anyway, moving on. We have a SPEW. And this one comes from Brian Jennings. We haven't had one of these for a while, actually. So Brian says, I just wanted to share a top-notch guest service encounter I had recently at Islands of Adventure. My adult daughter and I were on our now annual HHN-ish trip for 5 days. On this day, we were at Islands of Adventure popping over to the Hulk for a second jolt awake after a long wait through Hagrid's. Hagrid's? Hagrid's.
Hagrid's.
Being the pack mule who carries things like water, cell phones, or sunglasses in a cinch sack all day, I have no idea what a cinch sack is,
Those
by the way.
little, it's like the kids have. You get like trainers in with the rope through.
Oh, yeah. I put all of our gear in a locker and we went for a beatdown in the middle row. Following a quick run through Spider-Man, 30 minutes later, we were sitting down for some brekkie in the Today Cafe. Now, we know Brian likes the Today Cafe because
Yes.
that's where we bumped into him.
Yes.
When she noticed her phone was missing, fearing the worst and me feeling incredibly guilty, we immediately ran back inside Islands of Adventure to the Hulk to try and retrace our steps. There's nothing worse, because I know, because you've lost your phone twice when we've been over, and Jade lost a phone last time, so we know what it's like.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, at the entrance to the locker station, I told the story of how this dumb dad may have left his daughter's most prized possession in a locker to a patient young man named Colin. He went to the locker attendant, Andrea, and asked her if she could help me out. Now, Andrea took time out for me. We walked over to the locker station I had used, and we narrowed down which locker I had possibly left the phone inside. As it was currently in use, Andrea said she couldn't open it, but she could put a block on it so that when the party returned and tried to open it, she would be notified and we'd be able to check inside for the missing phone. I would be worried. See, this is an interesting... Do you normally check inside a locker to see if there's anything in before you put your stuff in?
Never.
I kind of do because I've put my stuff in a wet locker where water's leaked. So since then, but it's nothing. It's not checking for things that.
It's not something I've ever done. Yeah. When you get a
That's
phone
a
out
good
of it
point,
next
Tracy.
time.
I probably should, but
Yeah.
I never
Yeah.
have.
Skeptical, I waited beside the lockers in the sun, hoping for the best. About 5 minutes later, Andrea emerged from the scrum with my daughter's lifeline in her hand and saved this dad from the blame and cost of a lost phone. Great patience, listening, and follow through in helping out by Andrea and Colin. Even more impressive given the current state of the world and the attitudes of the general public in the US right now. Well done to both. Take care, guys. Brian Jennings.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah. I'm glad you were only dumb dad for a few minutes then.
Yeah. It happens.
It
and
does.
it's just, I know how stressful it is with anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
And to have a team member or a cast member at Disney, wherever you are, that remains calm and is...
You said Disney.
Yeah. They're all the same, aren't they?
Don't know who this person is.
We've mentioned someone on here tonight already in the Producer Club birthdays that works for both, so I have to be nice.
That's okay. Hey, I'm not the one that all over Disney.
Too much swearing going on in this podcast lately. I don't like it. Yeah, really helps. It does make a massive difference. So,
Yeah.
kudos.
It does. Yes. So if you've got any awesome team member stories, send them to us and we'll share them on the show. You can email them to podcast@uuopodcast.com or send them on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter or by carrier pigeon.
Yes, I've put that now because apparently when I asked for Universal Is on our Facebook page, email them to us. Someone replied, "Who emails nowadays?" So just send them wherever you can.
Yeah. Yeah.
Apparently no one uses email anymore. Things
Really?
that bad.
I email all the time.
That's what I got told. So however you want to send them to us, ring us. If you ring me, I won't remember it, but you can ring me and tell me.
Have you put your number out there?
No. Just ring
So if you can ring
9
it, that's
random
amazing.
digits and tell the person you get on the other end of the phone.
9 random digits.
I was nearly saying my number there.
Yeah.
Oh, it's 10 digits. Well, it depends where we are in the world. Anyway.
It's 11 digits.
Yeah, you're right.
I know I'm right.
Anyway,
We're
moving on.
always right.
Michelle, as we have already established earlier on, you did get to go to Universal last week, and we've talked a bit about it. Do you want to fill us in how the rest of it went?
Well, unfortunately, we didn't get to spend as much time in the park as we wanted because, like Seth said, it was crazy busy. So I was there. We got there Sunday, last Sunday, so it was Thanksgiving week technically.
Yeah. Which is the worst time to go.
Yeah, I had Nancy with me, which if you don't know already from listening to me on past podcasts, you will learn very quickly that she does not like theme parks or crowds. And so she very rarely goes with me on these trips. But this time she was with me because she went to get a tattoo.
Oh,
yeah. So, of course, I was like, yeah, we'll go get a tattoo. And Chris and I will go to the parks while we're there doing that. So,
did you go to Hart and Huntington's?
Oh, God, no. It was an amazing artist in Claremont.
Okay.
That she found on her own. So I was like, Claremont, that's really close to Orlando.
Isn't that convenient?
We might as well stay at Cabana Bay while we're there.
Obviously.
Yeah, why would you not?
Right. So that's what we did. But she actually really enjoyed it. For a person who's not a theme park person at all, she enjoyed the resort a lot. The decorations were absolutely beautiful. Even with all the COVID precautions and everything in place, it was still an amazing experience. But it was very busy in the parks. So there was just one morning that Chris and I got up super early. I think we were probably on the bus by about 7:30.
That's early.
And we ended up, which we don't usually get up early to go into Universal. Just because we get to go so often that we don't really feel the need to kind of do an open to close type thing.
Yeah.
But we knew that the crowds would get bad. So we got in early and we literally only did 2 rides.
Wow.
That's it. We did Men in Black.
Of course.
Yep. And Transformers.
Oh, good. 2 good choices.
And we saw the Bourne Stuntacular.
Awesome.
And then that night we actually did 3 rides. So we did Cat in the Hat, but I would say by 11, everything had crazy long lines, even like Shrek and Fast and the Furious and The Simpsons had like a 2-hour wait. It was nuts.
Yeah.
So
I'm assuming these waits then, Michelle, are not because it's that busy. It's because of reduced capacity and social distancing and all that.
it's due to all of that. So there's still reduced capacity, obviously, but that capacity is maxing out. And then you add on to that all the social distancing measures. They are putting everybody on the rides together now.
Okay.
You get your own row, but they're not skipping every other row. At least they didn't on Transformers.
Okay.
Actually, they didn't do it on Transformers, Men in Black, or Cat in the Hat.
Well, Men in Black, there's only 2 rows, isn't it? I think it's the same in Cat in the Hat as well.
Yeah, but over the summer, we got our own car.
Okay.
And this time, we had 2 strangers sitting in front of us.
You have to keep your masks on, though, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yep. So they've gotten that back to normal, but still the lines are stretched out really far, and they're still doing all the sanitizing and everything.
Of course.
So it still takes a while. And, we're just not going to wait in those lines. That's just crazy.
So for the ones you did do, what sort of wait times are we looking at?
So we were on Transformers by probably, 8:30. And we walked right on.
Okay.
When we got out of that, we went over to Men in Black and we walked right onto that as well.
Okay.
When we got off of Men in Black, so that was probably by, we stopped a few things, did a few things in between, of course, but probably by 9:30 or 10, when we got off of Men in Black, everything was starting to get pretty busy.
Yeah.
And that's when we decided to just go ahead and go over and do the balloons, to see the balloons.
'Cause I'm assuming at that time you'd have gone in for early park entry, so by the time you got out of Men in Black, it'll have been normal entry time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So 9:30, the park's open at 9, so everybody was starting to kind of crowd in.
Yeah.
And just so you know, so we were kind of over in front of Fast and the Furious, a little bit further down from that, and we were like, all right, do we go left and head over towards ET? Because at that time it only had a 15-minute wait.
Wow.
But we were going to leave, like after we did that and the balloons and the tribute store, we were going to leave. So I was like, or do we just go straight and go ahead and do the tribute store and the balloons and then circle back around to ET and then leave? Because it's kind of a more natural progression. We chose to do the balloons first. So we did that in the tribute store. By the time we were done with that, ET was up to like a 2-hour wait.
Wow.
That fast. So I was like, oh, no.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're not
there's no
doing
way
ET.
I'm waiting 2 hours for ET. I'm sorry.
No. So we hit the Born Stuntacular and then we left. And then the crowds were just too nuts. We just weren't going to, not because of COVID or anything, but we're just not going to wait in those lines. So we went back and enjoyed the pool and kind of hung out and then had dinner at Toothsome.
How was it?
And we loved it. Nancy loved it.
I think we just caught it on a bad night.
Yeah, I think you did, because Nancy's a tough critic and she really, really, really liked it a lot. She's already demanded that anytime I go to Universal now, she's going to let me go, but I have to bring her back some chocolate almond bread. Like that's the deal.
Every weekend. See ya.
I know, right? $4, you got it, hon.
Absolutely.
And then after that, Nancy kind of hung out in City Walk, and Chris and I popped back into Islands of Adventure so that we could go over to Seuss Landing.
Yeah.
So we went in just for Seuss Landing, and I did a live Facebook on the Producers Club. Yeah, it was just kind of impromptu, but it was kind of interesting to see the Who's walking around on stilts.
Yes.
Mhm.
So I know Leah, I don't know if we were actually in a podcast talking about this, if we were just talking, I think we're talking just privately about it, about what they were going to do for Christmas. And, you know, I kind of mentioned that they would probably still have the Who's out and walking around, and you were like, no, I don't think so. But hey, they figured it out. They put them up on stilts.
Yeah.
So
Not quite the same, but yeah.
it was very strange seeing them up that high, but it worked because they're still right there. Like we could touch them and, you know, talk to them like there's no barrier or anything between us, but because of how high up they were, it worked. So it's kind of interesting.
I'd have had to ask, who's aren't that tall? Where the hell did you come from?
So they live in a snowflake.
Yeah, they're tiny.
Yeah.
Well, these were tall,
They've been sitting in Horton.
very tall. But anyway, it worked. So that was that. So I was only in Seuss Landing. You know, we were in there for maybe 30 or 45 minutes, but I just love it there. The lights are so beautiful.
Yeah.
I know I
Yeah,
sent
I
you
got
over
that.
to
That's all
check
we got
out
to
the
do.
Thanksgiving to crepe, but you said it was shut.
So bummed. It was closed. Every time I went past it, it was closed.
Which is weird. I don't understand how it's so popular. Why would it be closed? Especially at a busy time.
Makes no sense.
Or maybe that's why, because it was too busy.
Maybe. They'll get complaints.
Yeah, every time I went past the crepe station, it was closed. So dang it. But I'll be back in 2 weeks, so maybe I'll try it then.
Yeah. I think they need to figure something out with that so they can increase the amount they can produce, because I think we talked about it with Chris 2 weeks ago of how popular it is. They need to be able to crank them out more.
Yeah.
I agree. And it was 10 o'clock when I was there. So, I mean, and those would make good breakfast foods too. So why would they not be open
So
earlier?
here we
I
go,
don't
because
know.
nothing at Universal opens before 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
We've had this complaint in 10 years of doing this podcast. Nothing food-wise generally opens before 11 o'clock.
Which is crazy.
You've got the Today Cafe, the Leaky Cauldron, and then pretty much nothing else. So you want breakfast, it's not really an option.
It's not. You better grab it in City Walk or at your hotel.
Yeah. And maybe
Even
that's what
City
they
Walk,
want.
You got what? Cinnabon?
Voodoo Donut, Starbucks.
That little Coca-Cola station has a couple of items.
Yeah. And that's about it. It's the one thing I think that Universal really, really lacks compared to Disney is breakfast options. You know, they've tried character breakfast a few times and they've never actually stuck. Yeah, it's a staple of a Disney World trip as a character breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
They just never really figured it out, Universal.
Could do breakfast burritos and all sorts. Be great.
I had one from Bayliner Diner twice. They were all right. On the bus.
Yeah, we love breakfast at Bayliner.
Yes.
Is Burger King open for breakfast?
I don't know. Did Burger King even do anything for breakfast?
Yeah,
Did they?
well, normally, yeah, but I wonder if that one's open. I've never checked.
I would have no idea. I've never even been anywhere near that Burger King.
I went up to the second level for the first time ever this trip.
Wow.
I think we've been up there once, and it was twice. When twice?
Well, the first time we went up, we all ate in Moors.
Yeah, when have we been up again?
We wandered up last trip because I was looking at the sushi place in the corner.
Oh,
And
okay.
Panda
Well, I
Express
found where the
and-
Bob Marley restaurant is. It's up there.
I thought Bob Marley was round... I have no idea. I thought Bob Marley was round the back near Pat O'Brien's.
Well, maybe it has two entrances. I don't know. But I remember walking, like I went down the escalator and I was like, oh, look at that. There it is.
We said this 2 weeks ago again, like about like that most people probably don't even know there's that back portion or upstairs of City Walk, because you walk in and you see everything. You've got Big Fire and Red Oven and Cowfish and Toothsome, and nobody sees beyond that.
I know.
Yeah.
Great places.
Well, you kind of see Anahitos, but it's big and pink. So
you
that
can't
one's hard to miss.
that. Yeah.
But like the Hot Dog Hall of Fame, that is so hidden. If you don't know it's there, you would never really go past it.
I never thought I'd hear Michelle say that something was big and pink.
Oh, God.
Wow.
Anyway, I did want to bring it up just briefly before we go. I know you've seen it. Michelle, did you happen to see the Universal Japan release today of the stuff from Super Nintendo World?
Briefly.
So it opens officially on February the 4th next year.
It looked amazing. Like it didn't look real.
I showed it to Lucy, who I sit next to at work, and she's like, I can't get my head around that
just
doesn't look like a real place. It looks like a computer-generated image. And someone commented on the Facebook post saying exactly the same.
Well, Jade doesn't believe it, does she?
Amazing. But unless anyone's got anything else to say, that will wrap up episode 431 of the Unofficial Universal Orlando podcast. Of course, we are going to wrap up, as we always do, by welcoming Michelle to the team once more.
Thank you.
Happy to have you here.
I'm excited.
And we will end with another listener-submitted Universal Is, and this one comes from William Butler. Of course, if you want to get involved, all you've got to do is drop us a message. I'm going to say message. You can email it to us at podcast@uopodcast.com. You can send it on Facebook, Twitter, whatever, because apparently people don't email anymore.
Email's easier, though, people.
Letting us know. I'll actually DM us on anything. It actually makes no difference, to be honest. Letting us know what you think Universal is in 3 words or less. And to wrap this episode up, William says, Universal is my war place. And we'll see you back here next week.
Guess that wraps things up for another Unofficial Universal Orlando podcast. You guys did all right. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Pinterest, keyword UUO Podcast. Listen and subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, or anywhere podcasts are found. You can find our blog at uuopodcast.com. Send us your spews, which Lou gets your poo recordings, questions, or comments to podcast@uuopodcast.com. Check out our friends, the Theme Park Duo, and our awesome sponsors, Mouse and Muggle Travel Company. So, until next time, don't give up your day job. Say cheese. See you later.